Okay, good evening, everybody. Those of you on YouTube and those of you who might come in live, I have posted the link in the At the Bench forum on the uh, Stunt Hangar Control Line forums, and of course, you can watch on YouTube and use the chat box too. So, welcome. I'm Rusty, and this is Stunt Hangar Video Chat Monday night, October the 7th, 2019. And welcome. Hope everybody can come in. And let's see, the link is posting at the moment and on Stunt Hangar. Okay, it's up now. So anybody that wants to come in live with a mic and camera can go to stunthangar.com and watch me and talk to me live. The rest of you can use the chat box to talk to me. Looks like there's a couple of you already out there. Let's see. No, actually, I'm the only one right now. But anyway, we'll hang out until about midnight and might go later than that, but got to get up early and I wear out fast these days. But we'll talk about aeromodeling or anything else you're interested in talking about, anything you like to do in your shop. So let's see, until somebody comes in, I'm just going to start with my microphone out of my ear. And the reason, my earbud out of my ear. And the reason I've got that is because we've been having a feedback problem with echoing, and I'm hoping we can get rid of that. I've got a loud voice in my ear on the earphones, and I've got my sound controls open, so maybe I can make any adjustments we need to. In fact, I'll turn my microphone down a little bit and see if that helps. And it seems to automatically adjust as far as I go. Yeah, that's better actually. So I turned it down, and we'll avoid echoing so that we can't understand each other. Anyway, here I see a fellow Jitster is joining. Fellow Jitster, you need to fill out your profile by clicking the three dots at the bottom left of your little avatar. Oh, hey, Charles, how you doing?
Doing well, Rusty. How are you?
I'm okay. Just trying to get started, hopefully fairly glitch free tonight. We did it last Monday and had to scrub because of technical difficulties, and I did a makeup show Wednesday, and then Friday went to see Blue Oyster Cult and actually had a great time. And so I wasn't here, and I
Good.
appreciate starting up a chat.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I'm glad you were able to get everybody together. Did you have anybody come visit you?
Yeah, I had Steve Hines, Lynn, Dennis, Nunez. I'm not sure if I'm not sure if I got everybody or not, but it was pretty good. We had a good conversation.
Well, good. And right now it appears we've got a delay between you and me. Wonder what that could be.
Yeah, it's probably this. I'm using a Chromebook,
Okay.
so
Yeah, you've got an
it's
awful picture.
probably
So,
me.
okay. We'll wait and see if it's on
Um,
your end or my end. I'm always a little.
yeah. Let me. I'll come back in on my other laptop. All right.
Okay. I think I got most of what you said about coming back with the laptop.
No,
So,
it's my end. I'm sure it's my end. Yeah, it's my end. And let me bandwidth real quick.
okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was Mr. Charles Carter. Hopefully it's on his end, because if it's on my end, that means I'm going to have to fiddle around with the settings and try to figure out what's going on. Hadn't got my usual early arrivals in the chat box over there, but I hope they're out there. Let me check my stream, and it says, says I've got an excellent connection. And so we'll see what happens when Charles comes back. My little preview screen is never in sync with the live feed screen. And I wonder about that sometimes. I still hadn't gotten the hang of this yet. I hadn't had enough practice with it. I had it working pretty good before I got sick and went away for a month. But when I came back, I'm having more trouble with it than I did before. Like the echo, that was not an issue before. But any of you that saw my shows when I first came back starting last Monday, and we had some pretty bad echo problems, and nobody could understand what anybody was saying. But we'll wait and see. I thought I had my camera arranged so we could see my get well cards back there. Let me slide it around a little bit. Let's see. Moving. Oh yeah, there we go. There's Sam's get well card with the heart and the airplane on it, but it doesn't seem to be fitting well into the context of what we're doing right now. So I'll just leave everything alone. Use my airplanes from a horizon there. Make sure they're flying level. All right, we're good for now. Down. It's adjustment time. Okay, sorry about all the fiddling. That's unprofessional of me. In case I'm ever a professional, I'll learn how to do it right the first time before I go live. Hopefully Charles will come back. I think he's going to get his laptop. But anyway, I hadn't been able to go out to the shop yet, but I did get out and go sit under the maple tree yesterday. First time I ventured outside since I've been home. Been home for a week now, a week and a day or so. And I'm gradually getting stronger and not feeling exhausted all the time. Still eating good. That's good. So, hey, I'll be back in full strength, I hope, soon. If I keep saying it, maybe it'll come true sooner or later. Okay, come back, Charles. Rusty's drying up here. Bail me out. I'm running out of stuff to blab about. Hopefully, Sparky's out there watching us. And I still don't see the super chat button at the bottom of the chat box, but it's obviously there because some people used it the other night and sent us some donations, and we approve that. So any of you that can, that goes to Sparky to help with server fees and equipment and all the things it takes to make this show happen and to make it happen for free, and to support the server fees at stunthangar.com. All the equipment it takes to broadcast live from places like the Nats, Brodak, Huntersville, and all the other places he goes, and all the Bill's threads he does right there. And one of his two shops, the main shop being in St. Louis, and the other shop, wait a minute, is that right? Missouri? Yeah. And the other shop being in Ohio, where he works. Okay. We got the big CC, Charles Carter. Okay. Now I got the mic in your face. Let me see you so I can see your lips. Okay, how we doing now, Charles?
Oh, better. I think so.
Oh yeah, we're on cue now. Your video's not much better, but that's okay as long as the voice is within a half a second or so. It works good.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we're perfect. All right, good. And also, let me do an experiment and unplug my earbuds and see if we've got an echo between us. So give me a testing 1, 2, 3.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
So far, so good. I'm going to leave it out.
Good. There's no echo on your end. So
yeah. Well, everybody says that I don't have an echo, but then everybody else echoes. When we get a crowd in here of 3, maybe I'll retry. If it starts echoing, I'll plug back in. I poked around in my audio settings today. I couldn't find anything that said echo cancellation, but I did adjust my mic input level. But it seems to self-adjust. And we also had a Windows update today. and it could have possibly fixed that. And hey, Gary Sinclair, hey man, missed you Friday too, except for not because I was at a really cool concert, but glad to see you back, and welcome to the chat box. Let's see what happens if I turn my microphone down. I'm going to drag it down as I say testing 1, 2, 3, and you tell me if it changes from 1 to 3. Okay, testing 1, 2, 3.
Yes. Yeah, you're getting quieter. Yeah.
Okay. Where is it a good level now where you don't have to turn your speakers up, or is it too?
I already turned them up already. So.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to turn it back down a little. That might be part of the echo problem. Can you hear me okay now?
Yeah. Yeah. Hear you
Okay.
fine.
Okay, good. That might be what the problem was right there. So I'll minimize that. So I got it at hand if I need to adjust it. Well, tell me what you've been doing in the aeromodeling world.
Well, we're having a contest here in California between October 17th to the 20th, and it's called the Golden State Stunt Championships.
Oh, yeah, I'm familiar with that one.
And so now I'm kind of in getting ready preparation mode. I'm actually, as a result of that, I'm actually flying more. I'm going to be meeting a guy named Joe Moda tomorrow, or Mata, excuse me. I need to find out how he pronounces his name. And so I can't stay on too long, but I want to help you out and help me out by hanging out here until we get some more people in here.
Great.
And then I'll abandon ship and go work on my plane because I'm not ready
Okay.
yet to
Yeah, I
fly.
appreciate you coming in and supporting me while I'm all by myself. That makes it easier.
Oh,
So
I know it does.
I got to
So
work on my opening monologues now. I hadn't been putting enough thought into it lately, so I have to pick up the plow, and do a better job.
well, I missed it, so I don't know how it went, but so I'm actually pretty excited. I'll share this with you. I'm flying my red Strega, which is what I've had some success with in the past, and I've been able to get access to the flap horn. So now I'm actually able to adjust the push rod coming from the bell crank, and so
Is the Strega the one with the stalker in it?
yes, very good. Yes, yep. So I'm going back to my oldie but goodie. I have like 440 flights on that plane,
Wow.
and it's beginning to not beginning. It's been showing evidence of its wear. As a matter of fact, I'm getting quite a bit of vibration in the front end. This is an ARF, so they put the engine bearers in with hot glue,
Oh yeah.
and it's a lot of flights for hot glue to hold up to.
Oh,
So
hot glue is a horrible thing for structural integrity.
yeah, so it's my front. I mean, I'm really confident that the wing is going to stay in there and the front of the nose will stay on
Yeah.
because I put biscuits when I put the wing in. I really gusseted the belly pan,
Yeah.
and I mean, I really put that wing in. That wing is not coming out, and
Yeah.
that wing in the front of the fuselage is kind of connected. So I
It's
feel
just
pretty
the
confident.
it's just the nose vibrations that you worry about with the hot glue holding the bearers in with the
Yeah,
crack.
that's what I'm sensing. So today I'm actually been kind of hoping that the thin CA is capillary enough to uh, to get underneath the hot glue and you know re re-glue itself is what I'm
Yeah.
hoping. So I'm doing that, and also I have quite a bit of aluminum engine mounting pads. I have about a total of about 3/16 between two pads on each side.
Hmm.
So I glued those two together, and I'm gluing that to the engine bearers to help minimize the vibration. Just trying to get rid of all these you know um, plates that could be vibrating.
How thick are your engine pads? About an eighth of an inch or so. Your
Well,
metal.
one's about an eighth of an inch thick, and the other one's about a 16th. So I'm
Yeah.
under a quarter of an inch.
Why are they
Um,
different?
well, I didn't need that much. I was just fine tuning it.
Yeah.
It was just running a little bit slower, inverted.
Yeah.
So I added a little bit more to speed the motor up. Because I can't move the fuel tank closer to the engine bearers.
Yeah.
It's already against them. So I moved the engine further away to basically do the same thing.
Yeah. Hey, Tom Ramel just came in and said, "Glad you're back, Rusty." Thanks, Tom. Don't believe I remember you from watching us before, but you must be one of our background lurking watchers. And welcome to the show. And if you're a Stunt Hangar member, if you got a camera and a mic, feel free to come in. And
What's coming in?
here comes the echo. Hang on. Okay, echo's gone. Hang on, let me put my earphone in.
Here's Sparky, I think.
I was hoping that the echo had gone away, but as soon as who is that? That is Sparky plugged in. Came
Sparky
back.
and Steve Hines.
Yeah.
Hey, Sparky.
And Steve. Okay, hey Steve.
Hey,
All right, I got the earplugs back in, so no more echo.
what happened Friday?
I went to see Blue Oyster Cult.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I announced it on the show, but I didn't write a note or anything for everybody. But yeah, man, we made that reservation for that concert way back before I had any clue I'd be down and barely back up and questionable for the show. But I went in a wheelchair, and we went to this place in small town north of Columbia or west of Columbia, Newberry Opera House, and it's an old historic building, pretty small, but when we pulled up front, the staff came out to the car and made sure I had everything I needed to get from the car in the theater, what I wanted, t-shirt and all, and to my seat. They did not abandon me until I was seated right next to the sound man. Of course, that's probably got to be the best place you can be. And we're about 70 feet from the stage. And so that was fantastic. I've never seen a place with as attentive to staff as that. And the concert went on, and it was great. I mean, Blue Oyster Cult. Those guys are 7 or 8 years older than me. And let's see, Buck Dharma, the lead guitar and face of Blue Oyster Cult, is 72 years old now. But they all got hair still. And there's a couple of original members, and they've picked up some new blood along the way. And the new blood is really good. But it says at the bottom, it says, I don't know if you can see it. It says on tour forever. I don't know if you can see what it
Oh,
says.
very cool.
On tour
Very
forever.
cool.
And so I don't know, maybe they'll keep reloading with new blood when Buck steps out. Maybe they'll keep on going into the future because they're great. They've got a backlog of already written music. They're still putting stuff out, going to put a new album out. And they're not quite the same as they were back in 72. In fact, this shirt coincidentally says 1972 to 2019. So it was 72 when I saw them here in Columbia for the first and only time. And they were just a raucous guitar band back then. And now they've mellowed some, but it's still Blue Oyster Cult to the core. And so are the new members. They hadn't changed a bit, except to mellow a little bit. And it was thoroughly enjoyable concert. And thanks to my son for making it happen. I couldn't have gotten there without him. And so it was great. So that happened to me Friday.
Why does it still say Wednesday night in Stunt Hangar?
Say what?
It says Wednesday night.
What does?
When you go to Stunt Hangar to link in?
I did a Wednesday night show because Monday night failed because of technical difficulties. We were all echoing so bad.
Yeah, but I mean, tonight when I got on, it doesn't say anything about Monday. It says Wednesday.
That's because I deleted Monday because it was unwatchable.
Isn't today Monday?
That was, tonight says Wednesday?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, crap. Okay, sorry about that.
That's okay. Hey,
That's probably
Sparky,
confusing everybody.
I just want to let you know, Sparky, I muted your standing. So you're all right, cool. I'm glad he gave me the thumb instead of the other finger.
I'm going to go over to Stunt Hangar and change that in case it confuses people. Let me
Yeah, I
edit
didn't know.
that.
It did me, and then it's like, well, I got a notification from YouTube, and I got on, and everyone's talking. So I'm like, well, they got to be on there somehow.
Yeah, it does. It says Wednesday. Yeah, see, I'm not quite all together here. Monday.
Hey, Jeff,
Okay.
how you doing, Jeff?
I can't change the title on YouTube until the show's over, but I can change it in the At the Bench thread. And it is posting now. Okay. That way, at least it won't confuse anybody that takes a look at it.
You know, I just clicked on it. I didn't even realize it said Wednesday. I just hit the button.
Yeah. Well, it's a new post, and you can look at the timestamp. But anyway, sorry about that. Rusty's only half here. Let me do a YouTube update. Looks like we've got Gary Sinclair's already checked in. Tom Rammel's out there. Anybody know Tom Rammel? But I don't know if he's a YouTube member or not. T-Bone's out there. Hey, T-Bone, Tom Luciano.
Hey, T-Bone.
He says, hey, Rusty, Charles, my man, what's happening? And Sparky and Steve, too. And let's see. Oh, yeah, Jersey band. Blue Oyster Cult. Yeah, Jersey, New York. Same thing, depending on where you live, right there near the border. And Gerald Wimmer, Sparky, Rusty, Steve, Charles, glad to hear you made it to the Blue Oyster Cult concert. Great, you enjoyed it, too. Yeah, man, that was too cool.
I want to talk to Sparky for a minute. I'm muting.
Okay.
Hang on 1 second. Okay. Well, let me see here. I think I unmuted him. Did I? He's still muted for some reason.
Who is?
I muted Sparky. I'm trying to unmute him.
Yeah, I see his mic's muted. There you go. It went away.
Okay. What's up?
Hey, what would you say a good airplane would be that you could fly in Classic and in Pampa?
I don't know. Nobler?
Yeah.
Can't hardly beat a Nobler.
Now, is the Continental, is that?
It is classic legal.
Is that a pretty? Well, I know you had them. So is that a pretty good airplane or not?
Oh yeah, I got one hanging on the wall. Right there.
Yeah, I know it. That's why I was wondering about that airplane. I don't know if you remember Pat. He won intermediate this year. But he wants an airplane that, because he flew, oh shit, that airplane of mine in Classic, and then flew his in intermediate, but he doesn't like flying two airplanes right now. He says it's just too hard for him to learn, get better, and then go back and do another airplane. So,
I certainly can relate to that.
So I kind of wanted something in the 60 size range that he could, would qualify for both. That's a good flying airplane. I told him that you got the Continental.
That's a 46 airplane.
Have you considered the Shark 45, Steve?
Yeah, I told him about that one too, but I didn't know how well that airplane flew.
They seem to fly good. I've never had one.
I think that's what Charlie Reeves used to fly.
Yeah,
it was
well,
a beautiful plane.
No, he doesn't fly Shark 45. It's the same. It's not a chiseler. They look the same, but they're different. Humbler, that's it. Humbler.
Okay.
Yeah, they look the same. It's kind of like the Apex and the USA 1.
Yeah, I didn't know where like the USA 1 and and some of them fell in there.
USA 1's a good airplane that uses the same wing that my Junar uses.
Is that a classic legal?
USA 1?
Yeah.
Of course.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Oh, okay. Well,
Hey, Steve, Tom Luciano says, how about a Steve Hunt Caprice?
Yeah, there you go. Bob Hunt's Caprice.
Yeah, Bob Hunt, not Steve Hunt.
yeah.
Oh, no, this says he wrote Steve Hunt, but Bob Hunt is
Yeah.
meant. Yeah.
He wanted
And,
something that's a 40 size airplane. He wanted something. I told him that Caprice really flies good.
What size is it?
He wants a
Is
60
it a bigger
airplane.
Oh, is it? Yeah. Mike on YouTube says, asked if that's a Tucker special wing that Sparky's working on.
Yes.
And it is. Yes, it is. Yeah, he's been doing a whole special on that. If you go to the Stunt Hangar Controlling YouTube channel, and he's got a build thread on that.
I missed all last week on building. I only got a couple of extra hours in that weren't shown on film, like cutting the flaps out and cutting the wingtips out. Stupid shit.
Yeah. And a new member or a new watcher, Tom Rammel, says he lives in Minnesota and has been a volunteer at Oshkosh Kid Venture Control Line Circle Pitman. That's cool. And if you're not a member already, join the Stunt Hangar Control Line forums, and you can get the link to come in live with us on the video chat shows.
I have a plan for the Junar, but that's not classic, is it?
No, it's Nostalgia 30 though.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what I told him. I said, well, if you go to Nostalgia 30, I told him that you might give him a plan or something on your Viper. I still think that's gonna be a cool Nostalgia 30 plane.
Yeah, someday I'll get around to doing a set of plans on it. SV11 is Nostalgia 30 legal.
And SB11 is now?
Yep.
No shit. Damn.
So the 30, Nostalgia 30, the 30 means 30 years old or 30 size?
30 years old.
30 years old. I didn't realize SB11. Well, that must be then the original Vector and the Staris is Nostalgia 30 then too.
You're getting close. You have to ask Randy on that.
Well, I know that's where the SV11 came from, was a Staris Vector SV. So them had to be already done before.
When I spoke to Randy, he said SV stood for Stunt Vector.
That's it. Well, I got one wingtip on, the belt crank's mounted, the sheeting and the tap strips are on it. What is the guess on the weight of this?
8.
I'm not going to toss one out.
8 ounces, huh?
Wow.
Yep.
So,
All right, and the magic number is?
come on. There we are. 169 grams. 5.95 ounces.
Wow.
Wow. So it'll be a little bit over 6 then with the other wingtip, huh?
Yeah, a little over. So here's the flaps, and you're going to lose 50% of that. Come on. Can't get it to stay.
That's going to be a light plane.
I see you got shear webs all across the back end. Have you got shear webs in the front end too?
Oh, yeah. 7 1/4 with the flap.
Wow.
and you're going to lose half of that flap weight, right? Is that what you said?
But plus an ounce for the horn. It'll be a complete. It'll be 8 ounces.
Wow.
Sheeting, push rod, hinges, flap.
That'd be good light.
Hope so. Got to be under 40. I still haven't sent your Fox, Jeff. I'll send it when I get back to Dayton.
Oh, no worries. Did you get that 60? I got a delivery notice this afternoon.
No. I'll get. You sent it to 5 North Broadway, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll get it when I go back. Jerry.
Oh, that
Jerry.
must be work.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got a delivery notice from FedEx that it got delivered this afternoon. No worries.
Hey, I got another, since Tom Luciano is watching, I got another 36X here that somebody sent me. Let me get it out of the box because I want to ask y'all if you think it's a ball bearing or a needle bearing version.
Is it a coffin back?
Is it, what'd you say, Sparky?
Is it a coffin back?
No.
Let me see the back of the motor.
Let's see. Okay. Here you go. Can you see that?
A ball bearing in it.
Now, my the 36X that's on my Super Satan has got the same kind of back, and it's a needle bearing, according to Tom and Al.
I'm not sure. I'm not real sure on them.
I don't know. But it was a nice gift. It doesn't have the Scarinzi diamond grind on the Venturi yet. I might put that on there. But it's also got an insert in the Venturi that necks it down. So I might pull, I bet it comes out when I pull this needle valve out if I were to put a tiger needle in it, but it's got a stock needle, and it's got a little teeny paddle tip on it.
That was for slow combat or slow rat or whatever. That insert.
Hey, I want to make a statement to the eBayers watching this. I picked up another 32F off of eBay for $40 or $36.
Wow.
I did that yesterday. But I want to tell you, eBayers, when you see my name up on eBay, you're not going to win. So quit bidding shit up, would you?
You know what, though, is that you never get to see the person's name on eBay.
Yeah, it's abbreviated.
Yeah, they put up some weird.
Yeah, you can't tell who the bidders are.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like the time me and Jeff Truxler was bidding on the same damn thing, bidding each other up, and it was for me. But he didn't know that I was, that I was on there, and hell, the names are different, so you don't know.
You're bidding against yourself, huh?
Yeah, I was bidding against myself. I'm like, well, damn.
Well, if I vote something,
I quit way early. It was for a Enya 32 rear exhaust. And that damn thing went up to $299.
Wow.
I wasn't going to pay that. Almost $300 for that damn thing.
the X motor or whatever.
No, it was that he took
the 61X rear exhaust.
No, it was just the 32, Enya 32. But basically, because everyone liked that 32 OS, but it was side exhaust, he did one in the rear exhaust. And he only made one batch of them. And they run like hell. I guess they're a really good motor. It was built on a 25 case, just like that 32 is. Light, a lot of power for a light 40 airplane.
T-Bone wants to see my back plate again. So here it is, Tom. Is my picture big? Can y'all see that?
Yeah.
Up close. Okay. There you go, Tom.
That's a ball bearing motor. I'll guarantee you that 32F puts out as much power as a 60.
Yeah, I got it.
Really? That's a
Well,
lot of
think
power.
about it, it turns big helicopter blades. That put out some torque. I run the 32 with 11.45 or 11.5 on it. It'll turn to 12 easy. It's got a lot of power.
Yeah, I got one of the 25s, brand new in the box, and we used to run that in RC. And I mean, it would take on 40s, a lot of different 40s. That had to be a really stout 40 for anything to meet it. But they ran it in pylon and stuff. 25 pylon. The 32 is just bigger bore and even more power.
Here's Brett Buck's favorite motor.
What's that?
The Fox 15.
Oh, 25 FP.
Oh yeah, that's right. 20 or 25, I guess. Yeah, either one. So, yeah, that's his Skyray motor. I think I had a FP25 on my Skyray.
I
got a 20 FP, 25 FP, and the one that I really like is the Indian 19, the old damn loop scavenge. It'll turn the same size prop, same RPM, and it's lighter. And I mean, I run that thing and you can get them things cheap.
I took this wing by John's this morning. he might come on tonight. I don't know. But I took this wing by John's this morning, and when he saw how the leading edge come out, he said, "This is the ticket. This is what we're going to do on the big airplanes."
Cool.
That's good.
Mike, where you been?
Right here.
Haven't seen you on in about 3 weeks.
Yeah. I was out of town a couple of times, and then I was sick for about 10 days.
Damn.
So,
Oh, hey, Mike.
Sam's probably already in bed, isn't he?
I just put him down just now.
Shit. Because I had something to show him.
What you got?
All weekend.
Wow.
What is that, Oriental?
Yeah, it's Oriental.
All right.
Very nice.
All right, I'll get him down here. I just put him down. Let me get him.
All
I'll be
right.
right back.
Hey, Mike, I'm going to cut. I got to work on my plane. I'm going flying tomorrow morning.
Oh, you
Okay,
ain't going to
Charles.
work on your plane, Charles. Don't be lying to us.
Yes, I am. If I stay on here, I won't. But if I get off, I will.
Wait,
So,
another 3 months to go to fuselage?
no, it's a different plane. I'm working on my plane for the Golden State Stunt Championships, my old red Strega. Going back to my oldie but goodie.
I have to take a look and see when I started this Tucker special, but I've only been working on it an hour at a time, except for the 2 hours. We'll give it 3 hours that I didn't put on camera. But you know what? Within another 5 or 6 hours, this thing will be together, framed up. I mean, it don't take long if you work on them.
What are you going to cover that with, Sparky?
Japanese tissue.
Okay. That makes sense. It'd be nice and light.
I'm going to try to make it as light as possible. Try to make it in the 30s.
Can you see
I was
it?
thinking of shooting for 34 ounces.
Oh, hey, Sam. Hey, man, thanks for the card. I
can't see
appreciate
my
that.
own picture. Have I got it?
Yeah, I see it. It looks great.
Does it? All right. So here's the deal. That was donated by John Paris.
Wow.
I told him I was gonna build you one, and him and I'm trying to think of his daughter's Grace built that, and then she quit flying. So it's already ready for a Brodak 40. So since he donated the plane, I'm donating the motor. We'll get it covered and
Wow.
we'll get it to you.
What do you say to that?
Thanks.
'Cause I got a brand new Brodak 40. It'll fit right in there and it's ready to go.
That's
That's
awesome.
pretty sweet engine from what I hear. Brodak 40 is really user friendly.
That's what Samantha won intermediate with, was a the same airplane with a Brodak 40.
So Grace found boys.
Yeah, I guess way back when. She stopped flying at like 14 or 15, I think, even before boys. But
Okay.
she was into stuff at school, and
Hey, I had seen that John Paris was looking for some half-A stuff for his grant. Still looking.
he might be. I don't know.
Well, tell him, since he was so generous with that airplane, ask him if he wants a vintage performance half-A baby Nobler kit. I'll send it to him if he wants it. It's the built-up wing. I won it in a raffle that Jamie did.
Half a baby Nobler.
Yeah, built-up wing. It's a laser cut kit. If he's looking for stuff for his grandson, I'll send him that kit. So he hooked you up with the Oriental. We'll spread it around a little bit.
Oh,
Just
okay. Yeah.
let me know, and then he can, if he wants it, he can just send me a PM with his address, and I'll get it shipped out to him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll let him know. He came to Pat's here. Now it's got to be a month ago now. It was just before the or just after the Beanfield contest there in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
We brought his grandson, and he got his grandson up and flew for the first time.
Okay. Well,
So,
I
yeah,
saw he posted somewhere he was looking for half-A stuff. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he wants to fly, so John will be
Well,
flying with him. But I think that'll be good for you, Sam. Sorry it's so late. Waiting for your dad to come on. I've had it now for like 3 weeks. John brought it here, and I think it's going to be painted because he did such a nice job on the wood right now. I mean, it's ready for silk and dope. So, but we'll have you a good airplane.
Yeah, I got rid of the echo finally. I got my earbuds out. That's a whole lot easier for me to listen.
Oh, hey, wait. I think
Yeah,
I'll tell you something.
Yeah, we'll get back on. I'll show you as we go.
Okay.
Well, there ain't much left to do, but yeah, it'll be ready for you for next year. That's for sure.
Hey, Rusty, did you get your card from me?
Yeah, I did. I appreciate that. I said something a minute ago, but everybody was talking. That was cool. I pinned it up. It came to me in the hospital. I can't believe the nurses actually brought it to me, so I stuck it up on the wall. It was only one of 2 cards I got. My nieces sent me one, and you sent me one. So thanks, man. That stuff makes a difference. Pretty cool. Y'all both wrote a nice note on it. I appreciate y'all thinking about me while I was in there. It was a tough time.
You're welcome.
Oh, yeah, I appreciate it, man. I'm sorry to hear your dad's been sick. Sorry you've been sick, Mike. I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, it's my own stupid fault. I got back on the cigarettes for a little while, and I gave myself a case of bronchitis. So.
Yeah, I've been
put
getting
them
cheater
down.
cigarettes since I got back too from the hospital. So.
Yeah, 3 weeks again, smoke free. So don't quitting, you know.
Yeah.
So, you still getting some decent flying weather down there?
Yeah, man, dude, it's been hot as hell. It's ridiculous. September and October have been ridiculously hot. We cooled off on
Yeah,
Saturday, only 88 on Saturday Master Week. So we
it's
went out to
it's
the RC
finally cooling off a little.
and I think there was 4 guys. We had 5 ringmasters. Sam and I put up a couple apiece, and then we did a couple of 2-up flights. And then there was a 78-year-old guy out there. He flies RC mainly, but he does the ringmaster thing every year. And he put up 15 flights on his electric ringmaster. So he put us all to shame. And then there was 2 other guys had ringmasters put up there. And Sam and I flew a couple of combat matches. We just did some practice matches.
We did the electric ringmaster, and we put the RC receiver on it.
Yeah.
Me, Pat, and Dick, we put up 40 on this one. Paris did 105 on Saturday by himself
Oh my God.
with the electric ringmaster.
Holy cow.
But that's so slick. I mean, you do your laps, you bring in, land it, take back off, do it again, doing touch and goes, and yeah, you can pound out a lot of flights with the throttle like that. We're getting 10 flights of battery.
Were any of you guys bidding on those PAs that were on eBay last week?
I didn't even see anything on there.
Okay. Yeah, at a hobby shop out in Oregon. Last week they had a brand new PA 65 with a header. I bid up to like $400 on it. It ended up going for 520. And then when that went off, he had a PA 40 on there with a header, brand new in the box. And I stopped it on that one at like $340, and it sold for $360. So somebody got a deal on that one.
Yeah, because I paid. I forget what I paid for that one I got with the header and it came with a header, the pipe. I mean, the header, the motor, and a prop. I think it was close to $500.
Yeah. Yeah. I did. I scored another 61 last month. I don't know where it came from, but I know it went back to Randy and got new bearings and got all flipped up and everything. It was a used one that's been rebuilt. So now I got a pair of 61s. I really wanted that other 65, so I'd have 2 65s. I'd like to have 2 of each, really, ideally, you know?
Yeah. So that second plane, you probably haven't had no time to fly it or anything, huh?
The yellow one?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the one I've been flying all summer.
Okay, so you've been getting in some flights with that one then.
Yeah, I flew it at Joe Knoll. I flew it at Paducah. I flew it at Canton. Yeah, that's where I've flown it. Those 3 places. Now it wasn't right at Joe Knoll. That's where the Uniflow line had broken loose from the tank and was hanging down, so it was flying like shit at Joe Knoll. But when I flew it at Canton and I flew it at Paducah, it was fine. It's good. I haven't flown it since Paducah because I haven't been to a stunt contest since then. We went to we flew combat in Detroit, I guess last month. Yeah, September. We went up there and flew a bunch of combat events. And then we went to the Indiana Skyliners Fun Fly 2 weekends ago. And we mainly just flew combat all day with Mike Stinson. Me, Sam, and Mike flew combat. We flew a little bit of stunt, but not much.
Well, what you need to work on now, Mike, is a jet ringmaster.
A pulse jet?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So for the ringmaster flying, you can fly that for hell. It'd be the only one.
Yeah, I saw on the Brotherhood of the Ring, there's an old thread. It's about 10 years old. And somebody was talking about doing that. And they went as far as like showing some diagrams of how they were going to do it, but then it kind of died off. It didn't go anywhere after that. I think it was the same guys that did the Zing Master, because they've done 2 Ringmasters with the Nelson 36 on it. And the first one was just a built up wing and covered, and it couldn't handle the stress of the Nelson. So then they built a foam wing Ringmaster with the Nelson on it. And I think they got that thing going 130, 135 miles an hour. And then that same guy
Okay.
was talking about trying to do a pulse jet version of it, but I think it kind of died in the idea stages. You know, I mean, I'm still planning on doing my pulse jet stunner. I've got everything to do it. I got all the materials, and it's just engineering that big ass tank is going to be the hard part. Carrying all the fuel to run it on methanol and nitromethane, so I can run the bladder. But I don't know. Maybe I'll get to it this winter. I don't know. I'd really like to get started on the Intrepid kit that I bought from Randy. I would like to get that built this winter and be flying that next year, so that I'm not losing to Mike Waldron at every flipping contest because of appearance points.
Yeah, Intrepid, that's a nice plane.
Yeah, he didn't have an SV kit cut, so I went ahead and bought the Intrepid kit from him. But I mean, man, we got so many projects to do. I got a ton of shit to build for Sam. We're damn near out of combat planes. I'm gonna scrape together enough for Huntersville week after next to get us through that contest. But I need to build about 15 combat planes for next year, because we are at the bottom of the barrel. We're just repairing stuff that's all junk, you know. So I need to start fresh. I think I have 20 sets of cores here from Phil, and he's bringing me 8 more to Huntersville because I got to build fast planes. I don't have any fast stuff left.
Now, well, a 20-year-old, I would say it's probably 20 years old. Fast combat stuff. These Russians, they used to sell them in like you could buy a dozen of them at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Would they work for slow combat?
Do they have booms on them, or are they stabilators? Do they look? Hang on a second. Do they look?
I believe they're stabilators, though.
Let me see if I can. Do they look like this? This purple one here?
Yeah, I don't know if he has any of the, one of them are like called McKinseys or something.
These are Mesliks, is what they're called. So it's
or Mesliks.
This was what slow combat ended up being. This airplane with a Nelson 36 on suction, but it's got a long boom on it. You see that? See how long the boom is?
Yeah.
So this is a Russian slow combat plane. Okay, and you can use those. You can use anything for speed limit, but if you're talking about fast.
Well, I meant speed limit, Mike.
Okay.
That Sam flies.
This is also a Russian.
I think they look like that right there.
Okay, this is what they used to fly Nelsons on in the 90s. These were fast combat planes in the 90s with Nelsons. And they're Czechoslovakian and Russian. That's why they got them big honking elevators on them, and they're super thick. But you can take that elevator off, put a smaller elevator on them, and run an LA-25 on them, because they're a little big than a regular F2D wing. They're a little bit bigger, but for speed limit, they would work just fine with a 25 and changing the elevator on them.
Well, I know a guy who's got 5 crates or 5 dozen of them airplanes.
5 dozen?
5 dozen.
We'll buy them.
Was that special on the floor?
I'm sorry?
That red airplane with the red, white, and blue tail, is that a Tucker special?
Yeah, it is. As a matter of fact, here. Let me toggle this camera. That is a Tucker special.
Who built that?
Well, I don't know who built it, but I know it came from Paul Taylor to us. And I think Paul was probably the second owner because that's probably his AMA number there. So whoever that is probably built the airplane. Or maybe Paul built it and maybe that's Ryan's number. Maybe that's his son's number. I'm not sure. We actually just flew this weekend. We took it out. It's kind of a dog. It doesn't turn real well. And for whatever reason, it doesn't have big enough fuel tank to get through the whole pattern. And it's too heavy for Sam. This was Paul gave me this for brokering the deal with Wendy's Testarossa. You remember I was in possession of the Testarossa, and then I got it to the new owner. Paul showed his appreciation by giving Sam this airplane. I think actually the airplane's going to come to Huntersville with us, and we're going to probably get rid of it there. I'm going to keep the motor though; it's got a good run in LA 46 on it. But I think the airframe we're gonna pass it on to somebody else. But I don't know the history on it, Sparky. I couldn't tell you who built it or where it came from. It's silk and dope, and it's pretty battle weary. You know, it's seen better days for sure.
That's built the old school way. It's built by the plan, except for the tip.
And it looks like it's been crashed and repaired. The fuse has been broken in 2 different places, so that's probably why it's a little bit on the heavy side, I'm guessing. You know, I mean, it'd be good for somebody just learning, and it's a great flat, slow, level trainer. You know, for somebody that was learning, it's pretty docile, but it doesn't turn real good. I mean, I almost augured the thing in coming out of reverse wing over with it because it didn't turn as fast as I thought it was going to. So, and then it's got a lot of pull on it too. So it's, you know, it's too much for Sam. That skinny boy still. But anyway, Steve, tell me more about these 5 crates of planes. Who's got all this stuff?
Joe Krusnick has it, and he kept it because he thought him and his son were going to fly combat again.
Mm-hmm.
But Joe's got Parkinson's, so he can't fly anymore.
Yeah.
So I can see if he wants to sell anything. I mean, the guy has some really nice stuff from Randy and everything else, but trying to get him to part with it is the problem.
Well, it might be easier to get him to turn loose of Russian combat planes that he's not going to use, you know?
Right.
I understand the Randy stuff if he's got motors and things like that, but I mean, find out what they are, if they're all the same or if they're different batches of different stuff, who made them, what year they're from, and see what he'd take for them. I mean, combat planes is something we'll never turn down if the price is right, you know, because we'll use them. We'll go through them the way we're tearing shit up.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess that's how they, back in the day when he flew, they'd get like 12 at a time or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I got the 5 new ones that I do have. I split a case with Chad Hill last year. They come 10, 20, or 30 to a box. Is how they.
Oh, maybe they're 10. I thought there was a dozen of them in there. Maybe they're 10 to a box then.
Well, that's how they ship them now. They might have shipped them differently back then. I don't. But now when you buy them, it's 10 at a time, just because that's the size of their shipping containers for customs and whatnot. So,
okay.
You know, if they're exactly like the one I put on the floor, those are old Russian fast. They're meant for a Nelson 36. So they'd have to be re-engineered, you know, to fly an LA 25 or even an LA 40. You wouldn't fly them with the tail that's on them, and probably the mounts that they sell today for 25s and stuff won't line up to the holes on the nose blocks and all that. But I mean, they could be made to work. It's just, you know, putting the time in to do it. It'd be a shame for them to just go to rot, you know.
Yeah. All right, I'll find out and see what he wants to do. I haven't talked to him in about, I don't know, 6-8 months. But he never flew again this year, and he didn't come out for the ringmaster deal. Last year, he bought a plane from a guy's estate that he wanted really bad, but he's never flown it. So
That's a shame.
But yeah, he's got a Kenny Stevens airplane, and you know, the motor and everything in it when Kenny went to electric. So that probably got a PA in it, I think.
Wow. Yeah, I mean that's going to happen to all of us at some point. You know, we're all going to end up with a garage full of shit that nobody's using or we can't use anymore. Hopefully, you know, Sam will probably end up with all our shit, man.
Yeah.
Everybody's. He'll be the last one standing, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully some other kids will get into flying, and but well, I think I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna go try to pull the heads off this Subaru and get them in the morning. And
All right, Steve. Well, thanks for joining us.
so Samantha can get her car back, and she can give me my truck back. But yeah, if it ain't one thing, it's another.
What kind of Subaru is it? Is it an Impreza or something like that?
A Legacy. I flew down to Florida and got it for here. Got almost 3 years now, and
some of those are pretty good running. I mean, pretty sporty running cars. Is it a high performance at all?
No, it's just a stock. It's like the GT. It's got a spoiler, but it's just got the regular motor in it and all that.
Not a WRX STI or anything like that, huh?
No, she didn't need anything like that. But it's all wheel drive for the winters and the anti-lock and all that kind of stuff. So it's really stable in the winters.
Good stuff, yeah.
But them damn things, the head gaskets go on the older ones. So hers is starting to use, well, it starts to use low antifreeze, but it's pissing out oil like crazy. So
yeah, I
just gotta, and this needs, they got updated head gaskets now. They said that once you put the new ones in it, it'll never fail again. But it has something to do with with the antifreeze and the aluminum and the type of gasket they used. It had electrolysis,
mismatched materials. Yeah.
Yeah, and it eats that. It eats the head gaskets. The new ones are made of stainless or something, and it doesn't do it. So, but what a pain in the ass.
Oh, Lord, yeah, that's a pain.
So
you got to really dig down to get the heads off. Get all that intake manifold and the injectors and all that junk got to come off, and it's 4-cylinder.
4-cylinder. Yeah. I got the intake all loose and stuff, and
you gonna replace both head gaskets.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the heads in, have them all cleaned and gone through, and slap them back on, and that should take her through college. She's got 3 years on it, and so she needs to get 4 more out of it.
Yep.
Then she can buy her own car. But
good luck with that part. Yeah.
Now by that time, if she's a CPA, she should have enough money to buy her own car.
Yeah, you're right. If she driving, applies herself.
Don't be a CPA.
Yeah.
Tell her she needs to send her resume to my wife when she gets out of college.
Well, I told her that they want her to do a internship, but that won't be, huh?
Where?
It doesn't matter. They just like people to do an internship. And I told her, I said, we'll get a hold of Mike and talk to his wife. Maybe you can go down there to Nashville and for the summer and do an internship or whatever.
Yeah, she needs to have a phone call with my wife anyway, just so she can understand all the ins and outs of, because there's so many different jobs in being a CPA. There's a couple different ways to go. You know, you can be in tax, you can be in financial institutions, you can be in audit. You know,
Yeah.
you can be in work in private accounting for a company, or be in public accounting and work for a firm. You know, and my wife has done all of that. I mean, she's been in public accounting for most of her career, but she works for one of the. I think Crow is probably number 7 in the nation. They're probably number 7 nationwide as far as accounting firms.
Yeah, I know one thing is that boy, she was showing me some of the stuff she's doing this year for accounting. It's like, oh my God. It's like one problem takes like an hour and a half.
Yeah. Well, she won't come out of college as a CPA. She'll have a degree.
No.
Right. She's still going to have to sit for the board and
Right.
take
She's
the
gonna have to
CPA
do.
exam.
Yeah, she has to get her bachelor's, and then once she has her bachelor's degree, then I guess it's a 2-year thing for your CPA.
Yeah. Well, I think
Good night,
there's
guys.
4 parts.
Nice,
4 parts.
Sparky.
Night,
Good night.
Sparky. Get out of here too. You guys have a good evening.
There's a bunch of different parts for the CPA exam, and it ain't easy.
Yeah.
A lot of people bomb it first time out, even second time out. You know, but it makes a big difference. I mean, you can work in accounting without a CPA license. There's other things you
Yeah,
can
Holly's
do.
an accountant, but
Right.
she's a
But if
loan
you wanna-
officer.
Yeah, if you want to, you know, really move up the ladder in that world, you got to have your license. You know.
Yeah, they say that if getting your CPA license is harder than passing the bar.
Mm.
You know, but that's what they told her. They said that's why a lot of I can't think what they call it, an attorney that
Dropped out of accounting and became lawyers.
no, a lot of times the CPAs will then go and get their lawyer's degree because I don't know. They can pass the bar, but it's so hard to get a CPA deal that it's not. If you can do that, they say you can pass the bar without a problem.
Well, the best way to do it is to go to work for a firm, and you study while you're working in the field.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't just go to college and then go take the CPA exam. You got to have some time in the trenches, the way I understand it. And it's not easy. It's not an easy test. And there's different parts of it, but once you got it, you got it. So
yeah, it's like I told her. You get that, it's good any place in the United States.
well, the exam is state specific. Some states will honor other ones. Like my wife passed the exam in North Carolina, and then she came to work in Tennessee, and she had to jump. Excuse me. She had to jump through a few hoops to get her Tennessee license, but she didn't take the whole test again.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely a way to go. It can be a very lucrative career. She'll make good money in it. They're always going to need accountants and people to write tax returns. I mean, that's the thing.
Yeah.
So it's a good job and it's a good career. It's been really good to my wife, that's for sure.
Yeah, when I'm paying bills and I have to hold back from somebody, I always make sure the accountant gets paid. And if I have to hold back somebody, it'll be a doctor or something like that.
Yeah, that's for sure. All right, guys. Hopefully I see you on here Friday.
We'll be here.
Maybe by then I'll have that car done and back together. That's what I'm hoping for.
All right.
That's
Rusty, you
about
gonna
it.
be at Huntersville?
What'd you say, Mike?
You gonna be at
Yeah.
Huntersville? You going?
I got the hotel room. I'm planning on it. I can't drive, so I'm dependent on transportation, and I'm not sure Holly wants to come up there just to watch me sit in a chair. So don't know.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, I hope to see you, man.
I hope so too, man. I really, really hope so. That would be a good shot in the arm, but I'll do the best I can to get there. But I'm not gonna commit to it. I'm keeping the hotel room till the last minute.
Right.
So if you want a good bottom floor corner room, let me know and I'll cancel 125 for you.
I already got one booked, man.
Okay, you signing off now?
Yeah, I'm gonna take off.
Okay, well, thanks for coming in, man. I appreciate it. And
all right, we'll see you.
All right, good short show tonight. We'll see you Friday, maybe.
Bye.
All right, take it easy. Bye. Well, okay, people, that wraps it up for tonight. I have no visitors except for the tubers right now. Gary Sinclair says, I'm glad to see the gang back. It's so refreshing. Yeah, it's good to get everybody back together. We got to work on our diehards. They all left before I did, Gary. And Gerald Wimmer hit us with a super chat. I appreciate that, Gerald. Always good. And hey, I guess getting off's early. I got to get up pretty early in the morning, and I'm running on limited fuel. I did manage to fiddle around and get rid of the echo problem. Notice I don't have my earbuds in anymore. And I think part of the problem was that I just had the mic and speakers turned up too loud. And I kind of messed with both at the same time, so I don't know which one fixed it. But I think it was the microphone was just too sensitive. So anyway, got rid of that. And good night, Gerald. Thanks. Great show. Yeah, it was good. We got back to some aeromodeling, and I'm happy about that. And wearing my Lucky Shoe shirt, my Blue Oyster Cult, on tour forever, it says at the bottom. And this is the this is the picture from the back of the first album. One of those pictures you can stare at forever. Just trying to make heads or tails out of it. Their second album, Tyranny and Mutation, was sort of like that too. Yeah. I copied their, back when you couldn't get t-shirts, back in the 70s, I made my own t-shirts and didn't have a Blue Oyster Cult t-shirt, not a real one until now, but I copied that whole block of cryptic text in the font onto the back of a t-shirt, and it had the big questioning cross on the back, questioning cross, and I think it's related to some Greek alchemy. The symbol for one of the Greek thought to be elements, I don't remember which one right now, but it doesn't have any religious or witchcraft belief or anything associated with it, but it's just cool looking. And so now I got a real one. And anyway, it's all cool. All right, I'm going to sign off because I've obviously run out of things to say. So until Friday, let's see. Yeah, Friday night. Y'all take care. Tight, fair winds, tight lines, and keep it in the air. We will see y'all later. And let's see. Let me switch over to YouTube. We're signing off in 3, 2, 1. Good night, all. And the stream has ended. Live streaming has ended.